You're listening to the RMTV Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV Podcast. Jordy, mate, how you going?
Not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Good, mate. Very good.
Very good.
Solid weekend and a solid weekend of rugby league.
Long weekend as well. Makes it better.
Long weekend, mate. Here's to the king. Whether you like it or not, it was his birthday today.
Glory to the king.
We had a public holiday off. I don't know if Queensland got it.
Nah, they don't. They get so many other stupid holidays. So
They had their Queensland Day.
yeah, Queensland Day.
Yeah, but no, mate, I think it was good. The Chookies got a nice win on the Friday night in the nation's capital.
Beautiful
How was
night.
that?
Beautiful night. Beautiful. Just a lovely, lovely thing. You know, obviously they went to sleep a bit, but you know what? Worth the drive. Worth the drive.
You almost didn't get there.
Mate, at one point the GPS was saying that we'd get there at about 8:50, and my amazing skills, aka knowing the area very well, just got past all the crap on the highway, opened it up a bit, knocked a fair bit of time. We ended up pulling into the parking lot at 20 to 8.
You felt like a bit of Peter Brock, mate.
Mate, Peter Brock had nothing on me. I made sure I got down there really well. No cops pulled me over, which meant I was doing something right.
So, Thursday night, Foz
Pines Park.
Foz Pines Park, they flipped the KFC to Foz, mate. It's all happening on the northern beaches.
To be fair, that's a pretty shit KFC as well, just saying.
Yeah, the one in Manly Vale.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
But yeah, so Manly 28, South Sydney 14. Dude, I thought, so much chatter about, Manly, Fosball, just being extended for 3 years. Good on him. He's always had aspirations to coach. And this is his job. Who else would he rather be coaching for? And, he played for a few other clubs, but his heart's always lied with Manly.
Yeah, he's truly always been a Manly boy.
And I had a feeling maybe South could upset him here, but they ran away with it. They're looking solid, the Manly boys.
Yeah, look, they are, but I'm going to flip the switch here, and I don't reckon they ran away with it, really, the way people think they did.
Only won by 14.
Yeah, and, there was a controversial no try, and then there was a controversial knock-on in the lead-up to a try.
Which Wayne Bennett was not happy about.
And look, you know what? I can't blame Wayne. My question is, because that's not the bunker, but I'll raise a question about that to you in a minute. How does Adam G not see that ball bounce up? And then, obviously he was caught on the ref mic saying, it just got stuck on his hand and all that. Well, every week that's a blatant knock on. So, the sticky stuff ain't an excuse. The question I have you, should the bunker review play the ball in the lead up to the play? So, at the moment, it's got to clear the ruck. So, basically, once the dummy half picks it up, should they review the play the ball itself? Because that was a big...
The whole play.
Because you got to think, right?
I think so, yes.
No try down the other end, which I still think rugby league balls are not flat, so that was a try. The belly of the ball had to be down before it rolled. So that's a try.
I know, there was a no try.
And that was given a no try, but I think that was a try. But I can deal with that. But then missing a knock on that blatant, to me, just...
Yeah, I think... You got to go back to the play of the ball because it just makes the NRL, it makes the bunker. It's just so dumb. I was watching it with a Manly friend of mine, Riley.
He was probably very happy.
And he was grinning because we all knew he knocked it on.
Yeah.
The ball bounced. And rightly so. Wayne, he didn't mince his words at full time in the presser. And you just got to get the fundamentals right. I think go back to the first play and then go on there. Right, you're not going to go back a few sets and there was a knock on third, but they've scored on fifth. That's ridiculous.
But the play the ball of that play, you should be able to review from.
Yeah, look, they may look into it.
I think they will after this because you got to think. Obviously, the no try for Kossie down the other end, which I still stand by, and my hatred of South is known, but that's a try. Then turns into a Manly try that shouldn't have been a try. South are up at that point.
So it could have been a field goal situation.
To be honest, I reckon if that Corsi one gets given a try, it's a different game and South win. Because Manly were good, but at times they struggled.
Yeah.
And South, although they didn't, pull a lot of punches, when they pulled a punch, they were pretty solid with it. So I actually think Manly, and if you're a Manly fan, you need to be thanking your lucky stars you got away with that one, because that might have been the third loss. And we know in Manly, you lose 3 games, you get fired after an extension. So,
Yeah, they'll be they'll be thanking the stars and the Foz, the spiritual Foz.
Oh, the spirit of Foz.
But when Wayne Bennett talks, the NRL will listen because it's Wayne.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens there. And then Melbourne 32 to Newcastle 28. Solid game, this one.
It was. I actually had to go back and watch it because obviously I was on the road down to Canberra. But you know what? I think the Knights only have themselves to blame. They made like 16 errors. And a lot of them in try-scoring opportunities as well, like, very close to Melbourne's line.
I only caught the back end of it, and I was on the Nui train just to see him home. And look, I think defensively, Bellamy's, we wouldn't be happy with that.
I don't think either team would be.
No. High-scoring affair. Munster, he made it clear. He ripped in a Ponga. Did you see that?
How good was that? Maybe that was his way of being like, screw you for costing us game 1 of Origin.
Yeah, it's
Maybe that's what it was.
It's like, don't do that again in game 2, buddy.
Yeah, a bit of a fuck you for game 1, but like you can get the square up.
Yeah.
I like the bit of there's a bit of feeling in it. I think it's the best word.
You could tell both teams, especially right at the back end there was a bit of push and shove.
They're going on.
But yeah, Melbourne, luckily for them, they've got 3 buys up their sleeves. That's going to help them, I think, converge to the top 8, whether or not they make it or not. They are, I think they've been collecting a few close wins now.
But you know what? We have this discussion every year, but you've got multiple teams have already had 2 buys, and Melbourne hasn't even had 1 yet. Like, how's that happen?
AI. I don't.
AI.
Well, they said AI had a bit to play with the draw, whether or not.
They probably did.
The NRL would have spooked it a bit.
Oh, they would have had to spook certain things because of closures and that. But yeah, it's still bit tough, I think is the word.
Well, Storm won't be complaining, I think.
They'll be happy to get that's 6 guaranteed points they know it's coming, but they'll be happy for a break soon.
And then Chookies in the nation's capital, 26, Canberra 0. And it was National Donut Day.
It was National Donut Day, and Canberra celebrated in style with putting up a 0.
It was good. Ramsey, he's done his job, but it was good to see Mark Nawakanita-Waze back and collected 3.
Mate,
he's just a freak of nature, isn't he?
But one of them was like, he was 7 or 8 meters out. He had 3 to beat. He still got the ball down comfortably. Like, it's just, can we cancel the union contract and just re-sign him?
It hurts me that he's leaving, and I think he was better than the Suwali of the world.
I think he is better than Suwali. In saying that, he's a bit older, so he's a bit more mature. But I think he's done more for us than what Suwali has. In saying that, I'd love to get them both back in that age, sort of 27, 28, and just, there's your 2 wingers, and boys, go have a bit of fun.
Well,
just
there's talks Manu might be coming back. There's a few rumours.
Yeah, there's that rumour, but
it's
Manu
like you're always welcome. Uncle Nick will give you the welcome hands. Like SPW came back for a few games.
Yeah, came back. Yeah,
right at the back end of his career. But yeah, on the field, Canberra wasn't their night to be. They just looks like they were playing sideways the whole night. Yeah, Ricky wasn't pleased with it. He shut that
press
down.
Conference.
Yeah, he shut down real quick, didn't he?
He did, but like. You know what I will say about this? I think the Raiders weren't their best, but I think there was a lot missed by how good the Roosters defense was. Like Kyo Weeks, who's makes a lot of line breaks every week and sets up a lot of stuff. Bobby Toyer was just all over him. Like he couldn't get through. He got through, I think, once when he beat. He might have beat Walker.
So yeah, very solid. I think I saw Robert full time, little grin on his face. I think he was just pleased with that 0. Defensively against Melbourne, we were pretty good the week before.
Yeah.
Looking for that 80-minute performance. And there was a lot of chatter all week, it's typically as it goes, our Roosters premiership threats, right? And then they get the win. And now all of a sudden, I think it was bloken to buy. It's like, are they contenders? It's just going to be a seesaw all year.
Story of the Roosters.
But look, we're 3rd.
Exactly. We're 3rd on the ladder. Like, we're in a good position. We've got a couple of tough games coming up. We've got the Dolphins, Sharks, Broncos. But we've still got another bye to come in there as well. So It's a good spot to be in, but those 2 losses to Melbourne and Cowboys hurt a bit, but we can build them up with some good wins.
And Hugo played well.
Oh, Hugo's just locked down that spot.
On that left side, I thought he was going to get tackled. Horsburgh went bang, slipped through him, kept going. Was that in your corner? Did he score?
Yeah. And we were like, the moment Billy Smith made the line break, we're like, holy crap. Moment he gave it to Hugo and Hugo got through, we were just losing it. Like
2 local juniors too.
Yeah, 2 young Eastern Suburbs boys that just, mate, look.
They say Chook's got no juniors, mate.
Mate.
Then another junior, Radley, almost scored, but he was offside.
Oh, mate, you know what? I think that was part of the reason why Ricky was so pissed, because if I'm Ricky Stewart, I'm playing that on replay this week for Kyo Weeks and basically just saying, if that ever happens again, you won't have a job. Because that was some Reece Walsh level laziness right there.
I couldn't believe it was Radley. There was pace in those legs, mate.
Mate, he was jogging down to tackle him, and then you just see him go, oh, shit, drop a gear and let's go. Drop the clutch, let's do this.
And then Dolphins up in North Queensland, 40 to Cowboys 14. I think Cowboys were favourites as well.
Cowboys were, yeah. They had a couple of good weeks. Like, they lost last week to the Raiders, but they played reasonably well.
I know a few episodes this year you haven't been too impressed with the Dolphins' defence.
Oh.
But I reckon I'm going to give them an A so far this year. I reckon they're going pretty well. Like, they're holding teams to decently low scores.
They're
and
starting
their attacks,
to figure it out. Yeah, they're starting to figure it out. Like, last year, their biggest issue, and the reason why they didn't make the 8 was they could, they'd put 40 on you, but they'd give up 42.
Yeah, they can definitely, they definitely always have a 40 in them.
But this game, man, I'll take the licks and give them the credit. Their defense was incredible. They stopped a lot of opportunities, and mate, they done well. That back 5 is doing a huge job for them.
Do they make the 8?
Just. I still think their defense is suspect.
Yeah.
Like, they've had a couple of good games, but not enough to be like, their defense is finally on point. They, just need to do multiple games worth, and then we'll talk about it.
Well, they got a good test this Friday. So.
Yeah, they will. They will. I mean, and that's the thing. Both teams are going to be missing a few players, so they're probably looking at 5 players out. We're looking at 6 if the Origin squad stay the same. So,
and then Titans.
Oh, how good was
the
this?
Broncos 23, Titans 28, and Kinney, mate, what a full-time try, brilliance. The Titans have always been that they have the flashy stars. If they can put it together, you're going to get a win like that, right? And look, the magic of that beautiful black jersey that the Broncos wore just didn't do the trick.
Was not enough to withstand a Keanu Kinney chip and chase.
No, and dude, it was
very back and forth, this game.
It was. I think Broncos of old, or even they've been playing even last year. They were playing like that. Like, they've had a few comebacks in them, and they'll let the game ride, and then for the back end of the game, 20 minutes, I'll just hit it right.
Yeah.
I think things aren't clicking. Reece Walsh looked quite frustrated when Philip Sami went through and he just stopped running.
To be fair, Reece Walsh has got to at least get a hand on him in that situation. Like, lay out, mate. Put an effort in to wrap up his legs, because that was very poor form from Walsh. He basically just said, "Would you like me to shine your shoes on your way through, sir?"
Yeah, it was
a gutho effort.
Yeah, I mean, look, Bronx probably thought they had it in the bank, right? Reynolds, 7 to go, went for the field goal. I mean, is 7 to go play on for you, or do you get under 5 minutes?
I had no problems with him going for the field goal because it was so back and forth. I think it was good. And, like, as we saw, it was a pure bit of magic within an inch of being a knock. There could have been a knock on. Like, Reece Walsh gets there a split second earlier. Kinney doesn't get that ball. So I think it's play on with kicking the field goal there. I think it was a great decision. Someone just needed to get to that ball before Kinney did.
So
or at least knock it into him.
Yeah. So I asked you if Finns make the 8, will their Brisbane brothers, will the Bronx make the 8?
I think the Broncos, if they make the 8, they'll be in 8th. Like, I'm talking, if they make it, they'll just squeak in.
I'm putting a pen through them. Yeah. I think they're done, man.
I think the problem is, out of nowhere, they can go on like a 6-7 game win streak. And you do that puts yourself into the 8. But I just think if that happens, they've left it too late. And, we are round 14 now, so we're halfway through. You need to start. These games mean something.
You know what needs to start? The Tigers' attack.
Attack? Mate, defense? Their whole team
Everything.
walking onto the field.
Penrith 68, Tigers 0. I was here in this room watching it with a Tiger friend of mine, and he wasn't happy.
Put it this way. I left my house and it was 30-0. I got to the famous Gregory Hills Hotel, went to have a feed with a few mates to watch the Dragons Sharks game, and I get there and I wonder what the score is, like thinking it'd be like 30-18 or 30-12, Tigers have put up an effort. Look through the window, go, holy fuck, it's 52-0. I'm like, what the actual...
That was... I'm trying to find the most destructive word for this, but it was...
There isn't a word for what happened.
Just clinical.
It is
destructive.
The second most points Penrith have ever scored in an NRL game, and it is their biggest winning margin in the NRL era for that club. Like, West didn't even throw out their reserve grade team. They threw out the under 10 East Campbelltown Kangaroos. East Campbelltown Eagles, Campbelltown City Kangaroos out there.
I do like what Benji said. He was honest. He was raw at full time. He said, "Look, I'm surprised if the fans stayed back to watch that masterclass." I did like what Cleary said at full time though. I think he was speaking to the ABC, and I'm pretty much he said, it was hard fought. Well, what the fuck's an easy fought win then?
But you know what? He says hard fought. There was 12 tries scored, 10 different try scorers. The only guys who got doubles were To'o and Jenkins. Like,
I sometimes look at those and think, sometimes they're the games. If you put $5 on that and just go, I want to pick him, 13 plus, this and that, over 50s. That's when you get like those, you'll see on Facebook sometimes, a guy's bet, it's like, well, that's the game.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly right. But you know what? If I had a time machine, I'd pick every player, plus whoever had doubles, put them all in the multi and just watch that go.
Yeah, you'd love it. Look, Penrith clinical, comfortably sitting up at first, comfortably favourites to win the comp.
I think the Warriors... I still think the Warriors got robbed last week. And I think because of that game and it being as tight, that's part of the reason why Penrith came out the way they did.
Yeah. To
just go, we need to prove a point here because the Wars got us, even though fucking the refs let us win.
They've had a few of those in them, the Tigers, over the past few years, where they'll just like casually drop like 70 points. They did a few, maybe I think it was 2 years ago. They gave it to Cowboys at home, and then they went up there and...
Yeah, they beat the Cowboys like 66-0 or 66-6.
Yeah.
And then got done 72-6 up there or something ridiculous.
Brutal.
But you know what? Maybe what Matt Cameron said to Terrell May was right. Stop trying to be a gangster. Stop trying to be a YouTuber. Be a football player. Because you know what? If you're a football player, you'd be embarrassed by that, and you wouldn't be worried about your YouTube vlog.
I'll tell you, ever since Luai put pen to paper with Chamis and PNG,
it's gone down south, hey?
From just visually speaking, I'm looking at him thinking, is his head even there? Like some of the passes he was throwing yesterday, it was like a hot potato. It was just this and that. Yeah,
it wasn't pretty.
And then the derby, mate, Cronulla, St. George, the Sharkies 34-12. It was I think the first half was pretty solid. Saints were holding on, and then I think the class of Cronulla just ran away with it.
Yeah, you could just see that like that first half, St. George put everything into it, but that second half they just had nothing. They were empty.
Credit to them, they started strong. Obviously, coming off a big bender, their first win in 30,000 years.
yeah, something about 3 million years. Yeah.
So they got it done. Look, Sharkies, are they contenders? Are there still questions around them?
They're going to be in the 8, but there's going to always be questions around whether they can do the job. Like, they probably, like that first half wasn't great, but that second half was, and they've done it without Nico Hines. Like, I've said for a couple of years now that Trindle runs that team, and when Trindle runs it, they win well.
Yeah.
When Hines is there, he needs to play second fiddle and play 6.
He had a solid game, Trindle. Tricky Trindle.
But I thought... He always does.
Your boy, Ronaldo.
That prick. I mean, what?
Good little try. I think collected a double.
Yeah, he did.
And then to wrap things up, King's birthday, Monday.
This is a shame.
Doggies 14, Parramatta 12, going into half-time, 0-0. I think overall, solid game.
Solid game.
Happy with it. I thought it was reffed well. Look, dude, 4 tries in it. That was, had a bit of the old school back and forward.
Defend.
I think Para just blew their chances, dude.
No, I agree with you 100%. The amount of times Para had good field position and couldn't score, or had crappy field position and just gave it up off a stupid drop ball and gave Dogs a chance. If I'm Jason Riles, like, you've got to be happy with the Para's defense there. They defended a lot of sets on their own line there, and done it well. And then just, unfortunately, a quick breakthrough, and then, follow-up try off that's what cost them.
Yeah, but let's talk about it. That first half, Dogs' attack for me, they were just
shit.
Nothing was just coming off. Like, the passes were just all over the shop, left and right side. Obviously they managed to collect 2 tries in the second half, but I don't think they'll be too pleased with that. They got the 2 points, but
yeah, no, I agree. I don't think if you're a Dogs player, coach, even fan, you can't be happy with that. You sort of go, all right, we got to win. Thank you, but you can't be happy with that because that was dreadful.
Are they going to party in Belmore tonight?
Oh, they probably are. They're going to party like they probably won the comp. But at the end of the day, right, if Para... Put it this way. If Mitch Moses is playing, Para win 13+, I reckon.
Yeah, and I think I tip Para, but you know what? My tipping score is just,
I tip Para as well.
Yeah.
I think we all did, actually, or maybe the intern didn't, but I think we all did.
Tell you what, though, Crichton, I reckon he's carrying an injury.
Oh, he's still carrying that shoulder injury, and that's obvious. He had that little collision with Josh Adokar, and you could just tell he was done, but we'll see what happens if he gets picked for Origin or not.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
Dribble of the week, mate. So 6 agains.
Oh,
ding, 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 ding.
My favourite topic, 6 agains.
Oh, I call it the, so you've got the RSA, right?
Yeah.
Responsible service of alcohol. I call it the RS6. Sounds like a sports car, but it's a responsible service of 6 agains. And
responsible service of 6 agains.
I'm gonna give it to the refs. I think this round, they reined it in a bit. All right, they did Olivia Dean. They reined it in, and you got some stats for us, mate.
I do,
so
mate. I do.
Round 11, 86 agains.
80.
And round 14 was how many?
51. So, let's go through. Round 11 was obviously Magic Round. Sharks and Dogs, 8. 6. This is 6 again. So this is ruck infringements and 10 metres. The Rabbits and Finns game had 14. Tigers Manly 8. Roosters Cowboys 13.
God.
Para Manly 9. Titans Knights had 12. Wars Broncos Penrith Dragons both had 8. Now let's go to this weekend. So that's total 80. So average of 10 a game, but we had 3 games with over 10 6 agains.
Because this weekend I thought it was very much, are they going to give it? But they didn't.
Yeah.
And it showed in the numbers.
It did. The, Manly and South, 9. Storm Knights, 7. Canberra and Chooks, 6. Cowboys Dolphins, 7. Broncos Titans, 6. West Penrith, 8. Sharks Dragons, 2. Wow. 2 6 agains. Bulldogs Para, 6. We could look at the games and go, you could have given a 6 again there, you could have given a 6 again there, you could have done that.
It's finding that common ground.
Yeah, but it's something that got taught to me when I was going into high levels of umpiring baseball is, yes, there's the rules. There's a set you got to do it. But umpire what the game deserves. And I think this weekend, that's what the referee's done. They put the whistle away. They put the arm away. Maybe a few of them have got sore elbows, a bit of tennis elbow from repetitive action. But they just let the game flow. What we need.
I think they actually had a feel for the game for once.
Yes.
You got to be a part of it. You got to entrench yourself into the game. If you get too technical, if you slow it down too much, right, then you're going to have backlash from not only the fans, but of late, the players. So when the players start speaking up, that's when the change comes through.
And I think that's why this change has come through this weekend, and in Origin as well, but always happens for Origin, is the RLPA have done their survey of senior players who have all said the refs have too much of an impact on the game. Or I think it was a stupid number of high volume of them that said it. And they're right. Like, there was just too much influence in the game by the refs with 6 agains. Multiple 6 agains. Giving away 3 6 agains in like that Roosters Cowboys game at Magic Round. There was 4 6 agains given in the space of not even a minute while the Roosters were attacking the Cowboys.
I remember that.
Like, that there didn't need to be 4, or by that third one, where is the penalty? Where is the sin bin? Or by the fourth one, where is the penalty? Where is the sin bin?
I'd like to know how many 6 agains there were in Origin 1.
Let's have a look, mate.
Yeah, have a look, because while you look at that, it makes me wonder, what type of influence will there be in Game 2? Is there going to be a send-off? Is there going to be a 10 in the bin? What do you think are we in for a surprise, mate?
Do you want to know my honest thoughts? Queensland will get legged up.
Yeah.
Decider at Suncorp. That's my honest thoughts. It'll happen. All these Queenslanders have been bitching and whinging about, was it a send-off, wasn't it a send-off? Well, it was a send-off. The intent was there. I'm sorry, you just can't fucking do that in this game anymore.
So what do we have?
But, yeah, so 6 agains.
In total.
Yeah, interesting. 5 ruck infringements by Queensland and 1 inside 10 metre by New South Wales. So 5-1 was the 6 again count. The penalty count was 6-4. So, kind of evens out because, conceded penalties. I just have a feeling that if it's ref the same way, sweet. But I can just see it's going to happen. There's going to be one big call and it'll go Queensland's way because Klein will have it in the back of his head. And New South Welshmen and Queenslanders do not agree on anything when it comes to Origin, except for one thing. Fuck Ashley Klein off. We don't want him. Mate.
Well, the NRL must like him because he's been picked again.
Obviously, the metrics that they use, but I was told by a high-performance referee that the metrics they use is how many penalties you miss giving, right? Which is great thought to think of. Yeah, okay, so you didn't miss giving many penalties. But how many penalties have you given that shouldn't have been given?
Yeah.
Like, I think referees got to a point where they're over-penalising and over-6-againing because they're scared to miss one. But that's the worst attitude to have because you're just fucking the game.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, mate. It's only a short round this weekend, so I think all the attention will
It'll be
focused on Game 2.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk Origin.
Origin.
MCG, I think they're looking at about 90K down there. It's going to be a biggie. For
a good squad.
The Victorian leg tennis fans, they might enjoy some real rugby league for one.
Oh, yeah.
Real footy.
Real football.
So Queensland, they've gone with Reece Walsh after a stunning performance against the Titans.
I'm very surprised at that.
He's back in the Queensland squad. Paddy Carrigan's out. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's out.
Carrigan, Mam, and Shibasaki are out.
Yep.
And coming in to replace them is Walsh, Murray Talangi, and Helam Lukey will be the 20th player.
Right, okay. What are you... Pretty solid squad.
Look, there was never going to be many changes.
You'd be dumb to make changes.
You would be. They're forced changes. Fini Fuiaki will get. He's being elevated to the 16 jersey, so he'll most likely play. So that'll be his debut. So congratulations. Lukey will be on the extended bench. I kind of like what they've done in a way. Plath, Collins, Fini Fuiaki, Liero's their bench. And then you got 2 backs in Walsh and Tulangi if something goes wrong. I'm presuming Walsh is literally there to cover Ponga. I don't see him being there to cover any other form of the back line. Unless they try and do to him what they've done to Ponga if he is going to play him in that lock role to get his hands on the ball. But that went pretty fucking shit for Queensland. So you would think they're not dumb enough to do it. In saying that, Queenslanders aren't the brightest people.
Well,
got to have my little shot in there.
Look, they might, like you said, they could be a leg up, but I don't know. I reckon they might be a little bit spooked after that first game.
Yeah.
To let that game go, maybe not, but I think I see Blues. I think they're in the driver's seat here. They were.
We've got a good record down there as well as Blues.
Great record in Melbourne. Just got away with a win in Game 1. you bring in Payne Haas, right? Likely. And there's rumours going that Api Korosa's been spotted, mate.
Well, Korosa was photographed walking into camp. Moses was photographed walking into the Pullman where they're all staying at the moment. Radley and Murray did show up together, or they all showed up at the same time at least. I don't know if they were together. But, yeah, look, Appy, it'll be interesting to see what they do, right? Because theoretically, we're filming this on a Monday, so you're going to presume Moses is going through his fitness test for his hamstring.
I think we can pretty much name the squad and be on the money.
Yeah, I think Fanua Blake moves to the bench. Now, the other thing is Dylan Lucas has been called up. So, it's going to be interesting. Obviously,
Does Jackson Ford come in for Saifidi?
I don't think Ford's coming in. I think Haas is in for Saifidi.
Yep.
So Saifidi's out. Haas goes straight into the starting lineup. Mm-hmm. And then I think Fanua Blake just comes off the bench. Or Fanua Blake starts with Haas and Barnett comes off the bench and does an impact role.
Yeah, I do.
I just don't think Ford makes the side.
You think Murray goes to 13?
I would love to see Murray go to 13.
Me too. The state wants it.
Don't think Daly's going to be smart enough to do it, but it needs to happen. Because once Murray came on in that 13 role and Yo moved to that prop role, our offense was just better. It was just straight up better.
It clicked. There was speed. There was power.
Yeah. So,
it's going to be a big one.
We just got to wait for that announcement. We'll see what happens.
And then at the same ground at the MCG today, I think it was a good sign of respect for both codes, the NRL and AFL. Yeah, and there's always a lot of comparisons, a lot of compare the compares, but coming together for M&D, Jairo was out on the field. I thought that was a great touch, mate. Yeah, I did the coin toss for the Melbourne and Collingwood game, and they do that's good. What they do down there every year, they do the big
they're big freeze.
Big freeze. It's like, I know it's AFL's thing, but do both codes come together and do it? I think it's great. They raise money. They get, a few celebs, a few media heads, former players.
I think the NRL needs to do their own thing. I think that's their thing. Let them have it. Support the disease itself in our own way. But yeah, I just don't think we need to get involved so much with that. But
it was a nice touch today.
But I think it was awesome. I think Collingwood reached out, the AFL reached out to do it.
Yeah,
and I think that was a great idea. Obviously with his diagnosis. So, but I think NRL still needs to do their own thing. Like that July has been thrown around. So
I think they're doing. V'landys spoke something about a big
they're doing a birthday party for him when the Rabbits played a call.
No, it's good. It's a good touch, mate. And to me, it looks like he's in high spirits. You got to be. I think he's off to Spain for treatment or
just come back from Spain, about to head back. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but that was good. And all right, mate. Bit of a fun one now. So next week, the intern.
Should we?
Do you have his number?
I don't actually. You know what? I might have his number somewhere. Let's have a look.
So, the intern, aka Emerson, will be making his debut next week. We've got his number on here, ladies and gentlemen, and
should we give him a call?
We're going to give him a call because Jordy, mate, you'll be away next week.
I will be away next week. I'll still be in beautiful Brisbane. Sometimes beautiful.
Brizzy, mate. The Sunshine State. But we'll give him a call because he's going to be in your seat next week. The pressure's on for him.
Mate, he's got a lot. He's got a big, big seat to fill.
Give him a call, mate.
Do it?
Yeah, ring it in. We'll put it near the mic. Be like a player making his debut.
Let's see if he answers first.
No answer, no potty.
This is embarrassing, isn't it? Might have to cut this.
Doesn't want to make the debut, mate.
No.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
We'll hang up. If he rings up,
that's weak.
Throughout the app, we'll have the phone on standby. We'll give him an answer. We'll give him one chance.
Yeah, that's a bit weak though.
He's he might be on the fortnight or something, or maybe he's doing some research, some rugby league research. Maybe you'd hope so.
Maybe he is. You never know.
All right, dude.
So,
let's
just keep that there in handy. We'll
keep it rolling. But yeah, he's worked hard. The intern, he's
done a lot behind the scenes.
off the field, guys, someone's got to be filming these reels. And 95% of the time, it's been
Him.
Little Emerson. Little Presto, some people call him.
Yep, Presto Jr.
He's got the glasses as well. So, next week could be like a little doppelganger, mate. Just like mini me.
Just like do the Spider-Man meme with each other?
Yeah, exactly. So, if we get the call back, he'll be making his illustrious debut. So,
You better call back.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
let's get through it, mate. Round 15. South Sydney, $1.44. Broncos, $2.81 on Thursday night.
Yeah.
At a call, what are you thinking?
I'm going South. I just think the Broncos don't have the form. They're going to be missing more players now, and they're already missing a few. South I still think were dudded a bit last week, so yeah, I'm going South. I think they're going to win 13 plus.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who they got out. Cam Murray will be out.
Murray will be out. That's it.
And yeah, no, I think South's 13 plus too. I think Broncos, I think they're stuck in the mud at the minute. Look, they might show a bit of fight, but they've got a few players out.
Madge might get them up because it's, the old club and that, but yeah, I just don't know.
I'll go South 1 at 12. You 13 plus?
Okay, I'm going 13 plus.
And then Dolphin, $1.73. Rooster, $2.11. Outsiders here. Roosters will have about, six players.
Queensland looking at about 5. Possibly maybe more. If Moses is injured, does Katoa get called into the squad?
Yeah.
Because he is 20th man, rumoured Katoa is 20th man, which means Strange goes into the squad, Katoa goes on that extended bench. He doesn't play for them.
Yeah, look. Ooh.
I'm going to go the Chooks. Look, I'm backing the Chooks to
You'll
win.
be up there.
I'll be up there. I'll be Bay 316, right next to Bay 317, which is a normal fan bay. I've got my tickets a week too late.
Yep.
But, yeah, I'll be up there. I think it's going to be a good game.
Should be a decent crowd. Maybe they'll crack 20. If it was a Broncos Roosters, you're looking at a sellout.
I reckon it's going to be mid to high teens. I don't think they're going to crack 20, to be honest.
Yeah. No, you're probably right.
I just don't think they're going to do it.
There's been a few good clashes between the Finns and Chooks over the years.
Especially that one last year where we put like 68 points on them.
Was that? And then the year before, remember when it was Spence and Nafua White?
That was last year.
That was last year.
Yeah, that was that game, the 68
the
point
Fight
game.
Bros.
Yeah, where Spence and Nafahu were just the Bash brothers. And you know what? Actually, Spence on Friday night was fucking incredible. And I reckon this is another game where he's going to show how good he is.
Yeah, I like that. Hence why I'm going Dolphins 1 to 12.
Yeah, can you keep doing that? It worked last week when you backed Canberra.
No, I think I've written. I don't know, man.
No, you said it now. It's out there in the universe.
No, I'll stick to Finns 1 to 12. I think, look, their attack is sharp. Coming off a big win, if they can do what they did against Cowboys, they'll probably just get over the line. We're missing some key players.
Yeah, look, Trey Fuller will come into fullback for Hammer. Then you've got your back line of Asako.
Pretty much unchanged. Yeah.
Bostock, Herbie. Like, they've got a good back line.
So what are you thinking? Cody Ramsey at fullback?
Ramsey at fullback, I think possibly Toops makes his return this week. So you go Toops at left wing, Billy Smith at left centre.
Yep.
Your right side will be probably... Mate, you could put... There's a couple options being thrown out. You could put Pauga at right centre with Marky Mark on the wing, or put Mark on the wing and Tom Rodwell goes to right wing.
Maybe maybe he brings in some youngsters.
Yeah, bring Rodwell up on the wing. He was 19th man on the weekend. Savala will go into the 6 role because DC will be playing 7, or Savala will play 7, whichever. I don't think it really cares.
I think it'll be I think it'll be an exciting game. Good to see how they roll without these Origin stars.
Oh yeah.
And then Warriors $1.35 at home against Cronulla $3.25.
Was.
Yeah,
Was by a lot.
Yeah, was 13 plus, dude. They haven't played in New Zealand in a while.
No, they'll appreciate being back home, I reckon.
And I think they're gonna put on a big party. I can't recall their last home game.
Oh,
I think it may have been the Titans.
Yeah, something like that.
Let's see if my memory checks me right here, but I think it was the Titans.
Titans? You call them the Titans? All right, let's have a look here.
But credit to them. Every away game, their fans have just followed them around Australia. They packed it out last week against Penrith. Packed it out for everyone was saying they're the loudest fans at the Magic Round.
So the last time they were in Auckland at Go Media Stadium was round 7, but they did play in Wellington round 8.
Jeez.
But then round 8, then round 9 they were in Combank. Round 10 was a bye. Round 11 Suncorp. Round 12 Cogra. Round 13 Combank. Back to Go Media. But they do have a bit of a run. So their next 2 games, one in Auckland, one in Christchurch. So at least they're home for a couple of weeks now. But you got to think, right, even when they're going to like Christchurch, Wellington, going around New Zealand, they're still really not a home game per se. Yes, they're their home country, but
they're still on the road, mate.
It's still on the road, so it's a big effort from them. Congratulations to them for doing that.
I want to see them go, like, outside of Chooks, I want to see them go all the way.
Oh, if the Chooks aren't winning the comp, I want the Wars to win the comp.
Like, obviously anyone but Penrith. Dude, like, we could be looking at the way... Look, if the finals were next week, you'd have a Penrith Wars week 1, and then Manly Roosters week 1.
No.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
No. You'd be Wars Roosters week 1.
Oh, yeah. 2 and 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, if that gets mixed up, you're looking at those teams.
That could be, yeah.
That's exciting. Throw a few upsets in there.
Yeah.
It'll be happy days.
Good.
And then the Eels, $2.10, Canberra $1.75, Para at home. I'm going to go Para, man.
So, you know what? After what I saw today, like after what I saw in that King's birthday game, I'm going Para because I think no Strange and no Hudson Young for Canberra is going to hurt, and no Tarpany as well. I think if Para can sort out their attack, they'll be all right.
Yeah, no, I'm on Para here. I think at home.
Yeah.
Gritty, hungry win. They'll be filthy about today. I think it was just the 1%ers that let them down.
Yeah, 100%.
And then to finish off round 15, Tiger, $1.42, Titan, $2.87. I think this one's at Leichhardt on a Sunday arvo. What are you thinking, mate? Do the Tigers finally pull something out of their hat?
I'm going the Titans.
The what?
Titans.
Titans.
I'm going the Titans. Even if the Tigers come back from that performance, there is a long way to go to even be competitive from what they dished up this weekend. So, and I think the Titans are going to ride a high after that win. So I'm going Titans.
I really want to tip the Tigers, but something's saying Titan. I don't know why, but I'm going to go Tigers. I think Tino being out is probably a big loss.
Yeah, look,
that's my only reasoning. Yeah. I think Tigers, they're due for a big win, but I think they'll have to. I'm going to go Tiger by 1.
Oh, who's kicking the field goal?
If he's not injured, Jock. I'm going to go
Jock. Jock kick it?
Yeah, Jock, yeah.
That's fair.
Luai would dance around for a bit and then just float it to Jock.
And then Jock will kick it.
Jock will get it.
Sounds like a good plan. It's like you've watched him play a few times.
Yeah. All right, mate. Let's give the intern one more call.
All right, let's try him again.
One more call.
Let's see.
If not, he may or may not be on next week. We'll find out. But we'll give him a ring.
Let's do it. All right.
We'll see what he says. It's probably the unknown number.
Yeah. Should we do it off your phone?
Nah, it's all right.
Stuff him.
It's a bit of a challenge. You know, what's he scared of? He thinks it's the police on the phone.
Forwarded to voicemail.
We'll send him a
The person
voicemail.
you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Good evening. It's Preston and Jordan from the RMTV Podcast here. You've been summoned for episode 50. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Well, it's goodbye from us, Jordy, mate. This is our last step for a while.
Yeah, you're gonna take
a bit of a break.
Take a bit of a break.
People don't know where yet, but the RMTV is going worldwide. You'll soon find out. But yeah, Emerson on for the big 50. That's if he answers my calls.
Oh, yeah. You might have to walk into the house and yell at him.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to episode 49. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications from Jordy and I. It's good night.
Have a great night, guys.